Hello and welcome back to Jackknives Reviews. I'm of course your host, Jack Knives. And welcome back to Wrestling Month. Let's take a look at the Starz original series, Heels. Jack Spade is the owner and top heel of a small wrestling promotion called DWL, left by his now deceased father. His brother, Ace, is the top babyface in the same promotion. From family to finance to distrust, all the fights affect everyone both in and out of the ring. When I decided to do Wrestling Month, there were 3 shows in particular I really wanted to talk about. The first is this one, Heels. It is one of those shows that I was hoping would be made one day. A drama that kind of deals in wrestling but doesn't play it down for the audience, truly showing the deep, dark underbelly that is to start your own indie promotion, to run it off as a ma and pa production. Stuff that people like me and friends of mine have actually seen and experienced having worked on indie circuits of wrestling promotions. These sort of things don't really get talked about in the world of professional wrestling, but it's interesting to see a show kind of deal with it in a more broad perspective. Things like seeing an old-timer come back past their prime to get one last hurrah, or the disgruntlement of a young up-and-comer not given their dues despite busting their ass in the company. Or the infighting between family members. You know, fun stuff like that. But in all seriousness, getting to see the aspects of what it takes to learn the ropes of professional wrestling and seeing it done in a way that feels open for those that aren't into the wrestling world, so you can get engaged. I feel like it's a show that's a love letter to professional wrestling as a whole, but primarily to those unspoken heroes on the deep indies. The ones that never really get their dues. It's also cool to see productions like these actually have wrestlers teach them how to wrestle, as well as have them make little minor cameos. For instance, in Heels, you get to see CM Punk with the most awesomely hilarious mullet, and you also get to see AJ Mendez. So there's a little bit of fun stuff for us true pro wrestling fans, as well as those that may not necessarily know professional wrestling that well. There's 3 things that carry the show besides all of that. The first is that it doesn't play itself like it's dumb. It never degrades professional wrestling. It shows it for its deep, dark underbelly, but it never plays it down like you're stupid. It makes you feel appreciated for you loyal fans that really go out of your way to deep dive into the indie circuit. The second thing the show has going for it is the fantastic acting cast. Kelly Berglund is the absolute standout for me. I loved her character, Crystal Tyler, the young girl who's not given her dues and goes from having a settlement with this guy, a wrestler, to actually wanting to become a wrestler, to actually doing it really, really well. Her progression feels natural and fun and good and engaging. It also shows a little bit of the harder side, especially for women in professional wrestling, where they're seen as just eye candy and nothing more. The other thing the show has going for it is a well-written script. The dynamic between the Spade brothers, the 2 main actors being Stephen Amell and Ludwig Alexander, actually feels like real sibling squabbles. It feels like stuff that it's a lot to unpack, from family drama to grief to filling some level of expectation that you never really can fulfill. It's interesting to see that kind of story in a show that's just seemingly about pro wrestling, but it does it in a way that actually feels engaging and well written and well structured. It is kind of a shame that the show was canceled, but it also left it in a way that is bittersweet, but understandably bittersweet. The show does have some good qualities, and it has quite a bit for any wrestling fan to enjoy. And even if you're not a wrestling fan, it's one I feel that most people can just dive into and give it a chance. I give Heels 4.5 out of 5. Have you seen heels? Let me know in the comments down below. And come back next time for more Wrestling Month.